Hello and welcome to another video from War Secrets. There is no doubt that the Avro Vulcan truly deserves its reputation as a classic British bomber. Despite its rough development that included losses of life, the system fared well during a period in history that needed it most. The reach of the nuclear-capable platform was exactly what the Doctor has ordered in the world, where showing off power was seemingly more important than using it. Despite its limited production totals and a very limited combat exposure, the distinct design and qualities of the Vulcan have made her a one-of-a-kind aircraft. In this video, we are going to tell you everything about Avro Vulcan, from its history, specification, to its design. Also, watch the video till the end to find the top 10 facts you didn't know about Avro Vulcan. Just before we start, subscribe to War Secrets and turn the channel notifications on. Now, let's start the video. History and overview. The Avro Company Avro 698 Vulcan was a jet-powered delta-wing strategic bomber which first flew on the 30th of August 1952 at Woodford. The design was considered the most technically advanced of the submissions in response to Air Ministry Specification B3546, although it was thought by some as the riskiest option. A number of scale aircraft such as the Avro Type 707 and Type 710 were designed and produced to test and refine the delta wing design principles and handling characteristics, although the latter aircraft failed to come to fruition due to numerous delays. Avro test pilot wing commander Roland Rowley John Falk, dressed in his distinct pinstripe suit, finally took the gloss-white Avro 698 Vulcan prototype VX770 into the air on the 30th of August 1952, albeit single-crewed for safety reasons. Powered by 4 Rolls-Royce RA3 Avon engines, with a temporary fuel tank fitted into the bomb bay and only fitted with the first pilot's ejection seat. Falk took the aircraft through a number of unconventional maneuvers before opening the throttle to such a point that it shatters a number of factory windows. A matter of weeks later, the yet unnamed aircraft appeared at the SBAC Farnborough Air Show, although a number of options were being considered at Avro. These included Ottawa in honor of the contribution made by Avro Canada. However, the UK press were full of their own suggestions for a name, including the Albion, Avenger, Apollo, or Isegai. Eventually, pressure from the Chief of the Air Staff to reflect the V-bomber classification, the Air Council announced the aircraft as Avro Vulcan. The second prototype, VX777, flew in September 1953. It was more representative of the production aircraft, having been lented to accommodate a longer nose undercarriage leg. It featured a visual bomb aiming blister under the cabin and was fitted with Bristol Olympus 100 engines. At Falk's suggestion, a fighter-style control stick replaced the control wheel. During trials in July 1954, the aircraft was substantially damaged in a heavy landing at Farnborough. Once repaired, it was then fitted with Olympus 101 engine before resuming trials in October 1955. Features and specifications. It can accommodate 5 crew members, including a pilot, co-pilot, AEO, navigator-rater, and navigator-plotter. 2 extra seats could also be fitted for crew chiefs if required. It has an external length of 29.59 meters, an external height of 6 meters, and a fuselage diameter of 2.6 meters. The tail height is 8.08 meters and the wheelbase is 9 meters. It has a wingspan of 30.30 meters and a wing area of 330.2 square meters. It has an empty weight of 37,908 kg if equipped and crewed, a maximum takeoff weight of 77,111 kg, a maximum payload of 10,000 kg, and a fuel tank capacity of 11,140 US gallon. Most successful of Britain's 3 V-bombers, the Vulcan enjoyed an impressively long service career, starting out as a high-level strategic nuclear bomber and later going into combat as conventional bomber during the Falkland Campaign. The Vulcan was one of the results of the United Kingdom specification B-1446, which called for a bomber capable of striking a target at a range of 2,735 km, 1,700 miles, carrying a nuclear weapon weighing 4,536 kg, 10,000 pounds, and offering a cruising altitude of 12,190 meter, 40,000 feet, and a full load range of 6,437 km, 4,000 miles. This specification was later revised to become the B-3546, which led to the development of the 3V bombers, the Avro Vulcan, the Handley Page Victor, and the Vickers Valiant. Design. Vulcan's design was impressive indeed. Its flying wing origins were clearly visible in the final production delta wing configuration. The leading edges of the wings were not a true smooth curve, but in fact featured angles of varying degrees, eventually bringing the leading wing edge down to the end of the clipped wingtips, a kinked delta shape. The wings were fashionably contoured to extend outwardly from the fuselage, giving the aircraft its smooth overall appearance, and housed the 4 engines, fuel and main landing gears. Intakes for the engine were intelligently mounted at each wing root, and the entire component ran the length of the delta entire component. From intake to engine exhaust ran the length of the delta wing. The fuselage itself was streamlined highly, with a cockpit mounted behind the nose cone assembly and just before the wing root intakes, and fuselage extending well forward of the wing roots and some distance aft of the wing trailing edge. Fuel was cleverly split between either wing at a central fuselage location, all monitored in-flight by a fuel management system. The bomb bay was centrally held in the fuselage and could be fitted with additional fuel for increased range. The undercarriage consisted of 2 main landing gears, retracting forward outboard of the engines, and a nose gear positioned behind and underneath the wing root intakes. Each main gear was fitted with an 8-wheel bogie and retracted forwards, while the nose gear and its 2 wheels interestingly retracted backwards. The empennage featured a single large dorsal fin extending from about the midway portion of the fuselage, with the base of the fin extending vertically out from about the extreme endpoint of the engines. The noticeable tail cone housed a drag chute to improve the aircraft's landing distance. This was a large aircraft after all. Any way you view it, the Vulcan maintained a distinct look about her even in the wild age of 1950s aircraft design. When viewed in silhouette from above or below, the type appeared as no other bomber design had before it. It is no wonder that the aircraft has been such an endearing design to fans of aviation for decades since its introduction. 1. The Avro Vulcan's first flight was August 30th, 1952, only 70 years after the World War II. 2. The Avro Vulcan was designed to carry the Blue Steel missile, which was Britain's primary nuclear deterrent until they started operating nuclear-armed submarines in the late 1960s. 3. During the design phase, engineers knew the operational requirements would require a unique design. German World War II swept-wing research was used to come up with the design. 4. Because the wing was so thin, designers replaced the 2 pairs of engines side by side, as opposed to their preferred stack design. 5. 8 months into the project, Roy Chadwick, the project's technical director, was killed in a crash in an Avro Tudor II due to crossed aileron cables. 6. The Avro company has no experience with delta wing designs. They built small case models for testing, but the first model crashed, killing test pilot Eric Essler. 7. The Vulcan had an automac trimmer to pitch up the nose when it approached high subsonic speeds. Before the system was installed, the aircraft had a tendency to enter an uncontrollable dive at high speed and altitude. 8. In 1955, the second production Vulcan showed off its capability by performing a barrel roll at a Farnborough Air Show. 9. The early versions of the Avro Bomber were painted in anti-flash white, designed to reflect thermal radiation from a nuclear explosion. 10. The Vulcan carried a crew of 5 people on 2 levels. The pilot and co-pilot sat on the top deck, and the radar navigator, plotter navigator, and air electronic officer sat rearward on the lower deck. That's all for this video. We hope you guys enjoyed it. If yes, then don't forget to like the video and also share your thoughts with us in the comment section below. We'll see you all in the next video. Till then, stay tuned to War Secrets. Bye!